My name is Tracy, and for this CIS 231 video tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to configure a Cisco router. We're going to use router C3700, and what we're going to do is assign IP addresses to each interface of this router. In this case, it's going to be Fast Ethernet 0/0 and Fast Ethernet 0/1. We're going to create NAT statements, network address translation statements, and these are going to be static NATs because we're going to map unregistered IP addresses to registered IP addresses on a one-to-one basis. We are going to set a default route to 204.186.29.30. We're going to exclude a few addresses from .1 to .1 or to .25, and we're going to create a DHCP pool. We're going to incorporate DNS servers, a default router, a network, and the last thing we're going to do is disable our aux port. So in GNS3, the first thing to do is, once you have your router, you hit the green button to start the device, and you console to the device. So it'll take a little while to start up this router, and I already have all my commands typed, so all I will need to do is copy and paste my commands into the console port. So we need to enable our router, and we can enable it typing in enable. Now we need to configure the router, so we type in conft, which stands for configure terminal. We go into interface Fast Ethernet 0/0, and we're going to assign it an IP address of 10.20.10.1. We're going to turn it on, so we're going to type in no shut, and it's on. So now we go into interface Fast Ethernet 0/1, and the IP address for this interface is going to be 192.168.50.2. no shut, which turns the interface on. Control Z, and that's on. So now we create our NAT statements, and I already have mine typed, so I paste those onto the console port, and basically we are mapping 192.168.50.4 to 201.68.109.137. It's going to be a static NAT. So after we complete that, we set our default route, and we type in this command. It's going to be default router 204.186.29.30. Now we exclude those addresses. We type in IP DHCP exclude address 192.168.20.1 and 192.168.20.25. Enter. Now we create the pool. Our command is now DHCP config. We type in what we want to incorporate into this pool, and that's Control Z. Now we want to configure the aux port, so we go into the aux interface, we type in no exec. Control Z. Now to show the configurations that we created, we will need to type in do show run. And do show run displays the current configuration of our router. So there we have our excluded addresses, our DHCP pool, with the information that we incorporated, our interfaces with each IP address. They are on, and our default router, our NAT statements, and the aux port is disabled. So today for this CS231 video tutorial, we learned how to assign IP addresses to interfaces, how to turn these interfaces on. You learned about network address translation, about how to create DHCP pools and exclude addresses, and we learned a very important command, which is do show run, which displays the current configuration of a Cisco router. And this concludes the video tutorial for CS231.